What is going on? Welcome to a Caleb Sells live stream. Today I'm packing my weekend orders. It's Sunday night. These are items that sold Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And let's get into it. I'm packing on Sunday night to get ahead on Mondays. Monday is a new sourcing day for me. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game on Sunday nights so that I'm not feeling stressed about getting my weekend orders out on Mondays. Uh, excuse me. I'm finally feeling mostly better. I do have a little bit of a lingering cough, so I do apologize in advance. I'm going to start us off with a bolo. I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time. We're 30 seconds in. I got a little hard goods bolo. Orbi. This is the Netgear Orbi router RBR50. That is like a total tongue twister. This sold, let's see, how much did this sell for? This sold for $50 plus $10 shipping. So 60 bucks, Orbi. I got this in a bulk buy where I bought a ton of stuff. I think I got like over 100 listings, and I think I paid 600 or 700, so like $6-7 piece. But there were two items in particular that were like $300 items, so I was kind of getting my money back on two items. So I'm weighing the profit on this. The reason I waited so long to list this because I don't like to test electronics. So I finally listed it, and it sold really fast for good money. So happy I listed this. Happy it sold. So I'm going to pack it up. Derby City Flip. What's up? Tifton Seminole. Good evening. How you doing? All right, I'm going to pack this up. I already found a box, thankfully. I'm just going to bubble wrap. I don't use bubble wrap too often. Selling mostly clothes. But when I do sell electronics, I kind of go crazy with the bubble wrap because I bought tons of it back before I was selling mostly clothes. So might as well make sure it makes it there safely. How's everybody doing tonight? If you guys have any questions for me about my business or about your business, me personally, leave them in the chat. Love to hang out with you guys, answer your questions. This is some squeaky bubble wrap. You guys hearing this right now? Super squeaky bubble wrap. Sassy Britches, you trying to mess me up? Trying to get me to slip up? How you doing? Marvin's here taking pictures and making the wife sit with me while I do it. Well, hopefully that's some good bonding time for you guys. I kind of modified my shipping setup. I moved some things over here so I can stay in frame and talk to you guys while I'm packing up. I have a really interesting dilemma going on with my storage unit right now, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. So we're 3 minutes in. We got 16 people in here. I'm gonna I'm gonna wait a little bit longer so I can get some more people's opinion on this. But like I said, I kind of have an interesting dilemma going. So I'm guessing that this is small enough that I can get this to go cubic. So what I'm going to do is see how there's this gap here. I'm going to cut down this box to fit exact and see if I can save a little bit of money. So this weighs 3 pounds. So let's see if I can cut this down. So I'll show you guys what I use to cut down boxes. I got one of these box resizers. Honestly, you don't need one of these, but I started using one when I first started. I keep looking at here, like the camera. You're actually over here. Look at you guys. I got one of these when I first started, and I'm just so like, I really love like clean lines. So when I use this, it's like perfect. And so I like to use it when I can because it's like so satisfying to see it be perfect. So what this does is this gives me a guide, and then it comes in here. Here, I'll do it on the side you can see. And basically just makes a perforation where I'm going to fold the box when I make it smaller. So I'm going to do that over here where I can use the table. This is not necessary. You can do this without one of these, 100%. And I've done it without one of these. When I'm in a hurry, I don't use one of these. But I like to make it exact. I got this resizer on Amazon. I use it so infrequently, I don't even have it linked. But if you just type in box resizer, if you do this all the time and you like exact lines, I do recommend it as a product. Okay, so now when I cut it down, it has like really nice, clean lines. And I just like that. My sales are in the tank. Glad someone is doing well. I'm here. I'm here for you. You got to bounce back, though. Miss Lachey says I have nice hair. Thank you. Big John Tech Reviews. Hey there, Caleb. Found you from Adam's channel. Sub to you now. Well, welcome. Adam's the man. Adam was like my first YouTube friend. I mean, I was friends with him before I had a YouTube, and he kind of kept talking me into making a YouTube channel. So I appreciate that. Where I got the resizer, yeah, I got it on Amazon. I'm a full-time reseller. Derby City Flip says, just found a great new bolo, Sitka camo. Excuse me, once again, I have this sickness. I just can't shake it. Sitka is an amazing hunting brand. That's a really good bolo. Automatic pickup if I find it at a reasonable price. All right, you guys like the tape sound? Do you like it? Is it satisfying or is it just annoying? I love 3-inch tape. It's so nice. If you're using 2-inch tape, upgrade to 3-inch tape and thank me later. Okay, so it's still 3 pounds. But like I said, I was trying to make the box smaller to try to get it to go cubic. Sponsor me, LaCroix. I'm fueled by sparkling water. I literally drink so much sparkling water. Keeps me hydrated. Okay, now we're down to 11 by 9 by 4. Let's see if I can get that down to cubic. So 11 by 9 by 4, 3 pounds going to Iowa. What do you guys think? 646, I made the cubic rate. So that little bit of extra work did save me some money, which is nice. What's the best size box to ship hats in? Well, I really hate selling hats. So I don't know if I'm the right person to ask. I have some 10 by 6 by 4 that I use for like really fancy snapback flat bills that I want to like present really nicely. But really an 8 by 6 by 4 should fit almost any hat. Try to get the lightest ones possible because if you can get under that 12-ounce rate, under that 8-ounce rate, then that's going to save you, maybe like $1 per hat. Adam's the man if you want to know how to ship hats. Okay, I forgot I do have one Poshmark order. What I like to do on Poshmark orders is I like to send them in these priority mail flat rates because Poshmark has an agreement with USPS and everything USPS and everything ships priority, and you can use any of their priority packaging for any package. So I like these just because they're nice, and they're free. So why would I use my own bubble mailer when I can get a free one? And it's nice. It's padded. I sold some Duluth shorts on there. What did I sell them for? $15. They're like one of the oldest items in my store. So I just accepted the offer on Poshmark to move on. Really bad size. I wouldn't pick these up anymore. And that's the beauty of what sold. I will tell you the good sales and the bad sales. And spoiler alert, they're not all good sales. Some of these are not good sales, guys. But a bad sale that wasn't going to sell anyway, getting it out of my store is a huge win in my book. Huge win in my book. Sorry, trying to take some deep breaths and prevent another coughing fit here. Lavender Gal says hi. Hi, Lavender Gal. Just wondering what folks think about the number of items in your store on the impact that has on views on all items. Is there a relation or not? Well, if you have one item in your store, you're going to get less views than if you have 100 items in your store. So I think that in general, you're going to get more views the more items you have. But a store with 100 really, really, really amazing items is going to get more views than a store with 1,000 items with horrible items. So it's all about the quality of inventory that you're putting in your store. So I really don't think store size really matters, but I think being consistent and consistently listing really good inventory will increase your views because your items are going to be better and people will be looking for them. I don't think there's really any theory to just realized I did like some really tough yard work today. I just realized I have like a huge splinter in my arm. It just bumped up against my shirt and just got me. It was so big that I could just grab it with my fingers and pull it out. So at least it's gone now. All right. So that was my Poshmark sale, Duluth jeans. I mean, I still do pick up some of them, or if they're new with tags or really good sizes, but not a good item in general. I put Posh shirts into a Tyvek envelope, then into a medium flat rate, and then into a long one. Really good presentation. I mean, if you had that cool of an item that needed that type of presentation, you could, um, I guess double box it. But I'm sure I think you're just teasing me. If not, you can explain it again what you're trying to say. Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy. What do you do if someone tries to extort you on eBay? I had a customer reach out and say if I don't give him half my money back, he would leave negative feedback. I told him he could return the item. I would say just keep on with you can return the item if you'd like, because as soon as they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to leave feedback if you don't do what I want, that is feedback extortion and that is an automatic feedback removal from eBay. So if for whatever reason everything finalizes in a week from now and he leaves you negative feedback, um, he or she, oh, okay, I told him he could return the item. If he leaves you negative feedback, you can go to eBay for business or call eBay and they will get that removed because you can't threaten somebody's feedback to get what you want. Contrary to popular belief from the customers, of course. All right, I sold a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren denim jacket. Nice little RL patch on the back. There we go. This sold and then was returned to me and then it sold again in like 2 days. So just a good item. You know, when good items get returned, at least you know they're going to sell quickly again. I'm going to try to get this to fit one of these 13 by 10. See if I can get it to go in that really small cubic rate. I'm using the eBay 13 by 10 envelopes. And to be honest, they're just really like they feel really nice and they have like a really nice like slick texture on the outside and it's like very satisfying. But they made the seam really weak where it connects and it blows out on me all the time. Like this seam right here, it like right here, it's super weak. So I'm still waiting on my I ran out of this size in gyro pack. So I'm still waiting for those to come in. If you do purchase from gyro pack, definitely use my code Caleb, all lowercase, Caleb with a C, to get 10% off your order. If you're going to order there anyway, you might as well get 10% off. And I think there's a link in the description if you need that. All right, got that into that nice little bag there. Not double box, just priority envelope, then into a medium flat rate. The tieback fits exactly. Oh, okay. So you were saying one of the long medium flat rates, not the more boxy ones, but one of the long skinny ones. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's free material. I don't know if they would consider that like a waste of material if it's not necessary to do a double box. But on something expensive and you're going to double box it anyway, I feel like that's valid. All right, I think I'm going quicker than I did last time. Last time I was like an hour in and I had 2 things packed, so I got 3 things packed. So we're cooking. We're on fire. All right, so when I do my shipping, I pull my orders in sequential order. So that way I can get them from my inventory very quickly. And then I also ship them in sequential order because once they're all in order like this, then I can just, pull the first one and it goes very quickly. So that being said, a lot of the sales at the beginning are going to be some of my worst sales. Did I say what the polo jacket sold for? It sold for $38 plus shipping. All right, next item is a Nike Pro Combat, like long sleeve fitted shirt. This little Nike Pro Combat right on the back collar there. Sold for $15 plus shipping. Something like this, I probably paid like $4 for. I usually pick them up when they're cheap, and usually sell them for $20 or so. This one must have sat a little bit too long, got buried in the algorithm. So I'll just move it for 15. Make my, let's see, if I paid $4 for that, I probably made like 8, $9 after shipping. Let's see, what did it cost to ship? I wasn't paying attention. It costs $4.43 to ship, and I charge $6.50 for shipping. So, made $1.50 on the shipping or so. Josh says, "Hey, Kayla, I'm packing up orders as well." All right, let's get it, man. Lavender Gal says, "Has anybody else been having a flurry of buyers buying items and not paying for them? So frustrating since eBay won't let us relist the item and cancel for 4 days. We lose sales." For me, it's been happening so much less. I used to have like 10, 12, 15 items waiting for payment at a time. But now so many buyers are on auto pay The max I have at one time is like 3 to 5. So I personally think it's getting better, but I feel like things like that do kind of come in waves, and same with returns. And I don't know what the science is behind that. It doesn't make any sense to me how those things can happen, but it does feel like once you get one, you kind of get like a few. But I would say, just be patient. Just a couple items not being listed, um, shouldn't hurt you too bad. And you got to worry about the things you can control and move past the things you can't control. Um, List good items today and tomorrow, and it won't matter about those couple things, and relist them when you can, or maybe they'll pay. Make sure you're sending a payment reminder at least once before you cancel it. Just some people genuinely do forget. Jem says, buyer said they received a different size on brand new pair of shorts. I said that accept returns, and they told me they washed and dry cleaned, then asked if that was acceptable. um, I would say you are still able to return, but if the item's not returned, nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say items are only to be returned if they're in their original condition. And then if they still can go and open a return, nothing that you can do about it. If they do open a return and it comes back, then I would withhold the 50% because the item's not um, coming back in the same condition that you sent it. And then Jem said, and then they left, excuse me, then they left negative feedback. That's kind of a tricky one. I would contact eBay for business and see what they have to say. See if there's a certain thing you could do to get the feedback removed. You might have to decide if the feedback or the money is more important to you. At my case, I'm at 99.8 or 99.9 feedback. If somebody wants to leave me bad feedback because they didn't follow the rules, I'm going to try to get it removed, but if it doesn't get removed, I don't really care. If you have, excuse me, under 100 feedback and it's still really critical to get your feedback, you might want to figure out how to jump through the hoops to just, save your feedback. But if you have over 100 feedback, you have 99 point whatever feedback, I just say let it play out and try to get it removed, but don't, you know, worry about it too much. Dusty old hat is in the house. I've enjoyed you in my comment section recently. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's helped me out already on quite a few items. Big Yumbo was talking you up when me and him were chatting because you help him out in his comments. Yep, report him for feedback extortion. What up, Donan? Either have 0 returns or 5. Exactly. It's so random. I don't know how that makes sense, but it does. I'm a new seller on eBay for 2 weeks now. Do you usually know how long they hold your payment money for? I have 8 items sold and all on hold. To be honest, it has been so long since I first started eBay, I can't quite remember that time process. So if anybody is like relatively new to eBay and can answer that for Big John, definitely feel free to do so, and I'll read that um, in the chat. But to be honest, excuse me, once again, like I still think like worrying about little things like that. Now, of course, if you need the money to purchase more inventory, that's another thing. But like I would say just like list and sell really good items, and all those other things, like your problems will go away when you list and sell good items. Jem says eBay messaged me asking for a revision request. I did that, waiting for the 10 days to pass. Yeah, that's all you can do. Unlikely somebody like that is gonna, you know, change their mind, but we'll see. I hope it works out for you. I hope they turn around. Goon's in the house. What's up, Goon? Hashtag save Goon. Caleb is like a majestic unicorn with a LaCroix horn. Jem says, honestly, I think eBay is allowing supporting negative behavior. See, this is so Jem, I definitely don't want to be too hard on you here. But this is where I think like they need the sellers. eBay needs the sellers and they know that they need the sellers. They also need the buyers and they need the buyers. So eBay is playing like trying to play the middle as much as they can. And so I don't think that they are really supporting negative behavior, but there are people are always going to find the rules that they can kind of navigate in a malicious way towards the other side. So there's buyers, not people in here, of course, but there's buyers that do take advantage of sellers. And then there's sellers that do take advantage of buyers. And that will never stop, unfortunately. Um, it, people are just people. People will try to find a way to break the rules. Um, and so that's always going to happen. So I wouldn't say that they're supporting negative behavior. There's just always going to be a way that people can find a way to kind of affect somebody negatively. But once again, like I was just saying, like I think that if we just focus on buying, listing, and selling really good items, those problems start to disappear because like when you're making really good money on eBay, it's easier to take those shortcomings, if that makes sense. Lavender Gal agrees. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Chauncey. Dusty old hat. Excuse me. Happy to share knowledge with dudes like you and Yumbu. Yumbu. That's his new nickname. Yumbo, who give good knowledge for free. I appreciate that. Okay, Jem and Dusty Old Hat are having a conversation. Nick, do you ever go to estate sales? I go to estate sales if I'm driving and I see a sign that says estate sale and it's open. I definitely swerve in there and check it out, but I don't, that's not currently part of my routine. Now, with the summer coming up here in Ohio, garage sales are just starting. I hit my first garage sale on Friday, and I am interested in kind of checking out the garage sale, flea market, estate sale scene, just because like I have a very good grip on the thrifting market in my area. Not like a grip like I'm controlling it, but a grip on how it works. And so I'm curious to see if doing what I'm doing now and just continuing to do that is better or adding in some of those other things. Chauncey says 10 years ago they held payment for 30 days. It's a long time. Jem says J Ride Flips also spoke about getting his account dinged because USPS tracking, although the packages showed as scanned. Yeah, I actually, when I saw that he was having that problem, I actually had a very similar problem, but didn't escalate in the worst direction possible like his did. But what I've been doing is I've actually been using a scan sheet from Pirate Ship. It does not really save you on a dispute, but it does give you the metric of tracking scanned in by such and such date on eBay, if that makes sense. So, like, if I have a dispute like item not received or whatever, I still need other scans and other whatever from the post office. But as far as if I dropped it off and had it scanned in on time, it counts as them being scanned in on time when I do the scan sheet through Pirate Ship. So that's currently the only reason why I believe Pirate Ship is still a little bit better than eBay. The prices are the same now, but Pirate Ship, it's very easy to do a scan sheet, and if they scan that, then all those packages are going to say that USPS has the packages. Sorry. I'm like trying to not cough in your guys' ear. All right, I just talked for a while. I gotta pack some stuff. You guys ready for another bad sale? Like I said, these are the oldest items in my inventory that I sold, so they're not going to be good. But we will get to some good ones. Had some good sales. I sold a pair of Coolie Bar pants for $12 plus shipping. Brutal. And they're over 8 ounces, so they'll have to ship at a 12-ounce rate. Not great, honestly. I mean, the nice thing about thrifting is depending on your cost of goods, for me, it's about $6. Let's say on average, I paid $6 for this. I know I wouldn't have picked them up for 6. Say I paid $6 for this. What did I charge shipping on this? Let's see what I charged shipping. Okay, I charged $9 shipping, and it cost me $5.15 to ship. So I still made $10 on this. Is that math right? Paid, let's say $6. Sold for basically 21. Still made my $10 on a really bad sale. Or close to it. All right, I'm going to try to catch up on the chat. Yeah, Dusty Old Hat. Dusty Old Hat says revision request is actually the buyer needing to change the request, not eBay changing the request or changing the feedback. Chauncey says I scan my own packages at the post office. That's one way to make sure it's good. Lavender Gal says they currently hold it for 30 days. So yeah, maybe when you're first starting, 30 days is kind of the mark that you're looking for. I think that was Big John that was asking. Ninja says now they give you options daily, weekly, biweekly, monthly. So that's once your account is established. He was talking about for a brand new account and they're still holding his funds. But yeah, you can get paid out on all those options. Jem says agreed. I've taken that approach as well, but notice this trend online with other sellers. Could be groupthink where negative feedback concerns. Orlando from Pure Hustle Podcast. I've not listened to that podcast in a long time, so I don't know what he's referring to with that. But people are always going to try to cheat the system. So there is going to be negativity, but it's kind of how you respond to it, in my opinion. Nick, I used to get my bubble wrap from American Bubble Boy, but I haven't purchased bubble wrap in a super long time because I sell mostly clothing now. Have to be careful with the scan sheet. If they accept shipment, but the packages don't get their initial acceptance on time, you can get dinged. From my experience, excuse me, from my experience, when they scan that scan sheet, that ticks that first box on eBay. Just what is the box on eBay I'm talking about? I'm just gonna go look on eBay to figure out what I'm talking about. And I haven't had any problems. Tracking uploaded on time and validated. I'm at 99.82%, which is basically one package out of the last however long they're tracking was not up. And that was actually something that was my mistake. And I know exactly what package it is. So I've not had a problem doing scan sheet. Gem is proceeding forward. Okay, awesome. Chauncey says no bad sales. Money is back in the store. Exactly. My worst sales, it's still I'm getting my cost of goods, my original cost of goods back. I'm getting whatever on top of that I made back. Even if it's like $2, I might as well get the $2 back and get a horrible item out of my store. So I do not complain about it. I just know people will roast me on here for selling a $12 item in the comment section. Dusty Old Hat has a really good tip here. If you have the ability to drop off at a USPS hub or NDCs, I'm not sure what that stands for because I'm not smart, rather than local post offices, since I've been doing that. Everything has gone smoothly and gets scanned in immediately. I don't know what NDCs, excuse me, stands for, but I think what he's talking about is third party people that actually get paid by the scan. So they're going to make sure that they scan your item and get it to where it needs to go because they're getting paid for every single package. Your normal post office, they don't care. Those people care. Lavender Gal says the price of stamps is going up in the next couple of months to 71 cents. That means our shipping costs are going up as well. Shipping costs are always going to go up because inflation is going up. So they're trying to keep their employees paid. They don't have enough funds to pay their employees as it is because they're very understaffed. They can't pay people enough for how hard they make the job. Um, so that's just going to happen. It's going to go up. Everything's going up. Groceries are going up, so postage is going to go up. Yeah, Chauncey says that his post office has one where you can scan in the packages and get a receipt yourself. Some of mine do, some of mine don't. Um, Now that I do mostly clothing, I guess it could work because they have like a little thingy that you put it in. I never used that before. Let me see. Never used that before because would have like a whole bunch of different sizes of packages, and it was just such a pain. Juan says hello, everyone. Hey, Juan. Ninja says thinking about Vendu. Do they auto share and follow on Poshmark? They don't do any auto sharing or following on Poshmark. It's only cross listing, but they do have a really good delist and relist feature that actually takes your item down completely and makes a new listing. Kind of like a sell similar, not like just relisting the same item. And on Poshmark, that's really good because Poshmark, the traffic is very front heavy. So you need new items and you need shares on Poshmark to make sales, which is why I have one Poshmark sale because I don't not focusing on that right now. How is pirate ship scan different from USPS scan? The pirate ship scan is a USPS scan sheet, but on pirate ship you can do it after the fact for your whole day. On eBay to get a scan sheet, you have to use the bulk shipping tool, which is garbage in my opinion. Coolie Bar is kind of dead now. They open their own eBay store to dump their clearance. Yep. I didn't know that specifically, but I knew it was dead. Everything in my store that's Coolie Bar, I'm just trying to get rid of it. Steven says, "Hi Caleb, thank you for your videos. You're welcome. May I ask if you do certain flat rate shipping for shirts, pants, coats, etc.?" Yeah, I have 650 as a flat rate for basically anything under a pound, and then I have 895 for most other things. I have 995 for like slightly bigger, heavier stuff. Now that cubic is so cheap, I don't really need that 995 one, but I just have it, so I don't really change it. I could change it to the 895 price. Um, and then I have like a 1495 for anything to like boots or Carhartt jacket or something like that. NDC is a distribution center. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I just didn't know knew what it stood for. Wendy says found Lululemon size 42 men's pants sell through is over 700. Bigger boy sizes sell through rate is crazy. I'll help her finish it off there. Jem says, does anyone still use media mail in 2024? One of the worst products offered by USPS. They lost several packages, provided no additional coverage. With how cheap Ground Advantage is, I would find it pretty hard to believe media mail would be worthwhile unless you were sending like a super big, heavy, maybe a set of books. Like if you were sending like a set of textbooks or something, maybe. Nick says if you catch your carrier, they can scan it on the handheld. Yeah, this handheld scanner does go a lot quicker. I know I've talked to other resellers that the post office is cool with them and they will just scan in their own packages when they get to the post office. If I ever start having problems, I would definitely ask them to do that because they know me, obviously, at my local post office now. I'm currently experimenting with USPS pickup. I've had mixed results over the years of trying it. So, gonna try. Gonna try again. On Poshmark, you don't have to offer discounted shipping on offers anymore. It's a miracle. I had no idea. That's that's something I'm that's something that gets me excited about Poshmark, which is very rare. Because I don't like Poshmark, but I feel like it's kind of it's not a necessity, but it is a good tool as a clothing seller, but I just really dislike it. So I keep going back and forth on myself on it. Chauncey says, ran across oddest bolo the other day, one that not many people are looking for. Hatch maturity jeans. Maturity jeans? I don't even know what maturity jeans are. It's like jeans for old people? Maternity. Maternity. Hatch maternity overalls. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to roast you on the maturity maternity. I was like, I'm so confused right now. Chauncey says media mail is going away. You guys are so active in the chat. I'm not getting anything done. All right, I'm just gonna have to skim through here. How often do you pick up suits and blazers? Very, very rarely. I also dislike Poshmark. Yep. God save the clothes. Hey, Caleb, finally caught alive. Hey, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Gem, Poshmark is a good backup. Yeah, it's exactly. It's a good backup. Take Back America says, I work at the post office. Best advice, ask the manager if you can get on the pickup route and use a scan sheet so you can scan one and all your packages are scanned in. Dusty Old Hats roasted me for not getting my shipping done. This happened last time. I should have known. Use auto posture. You never have to deal with it directly. Yeah, I do actually. I do actually use a service similar to that called One Shop, but I'm I'm not getting into the cross-listing thing right now because I keep going back and forth so many times that I am just spinning myself around in circles. Okay, I will do one more chat for a bolo. Katie Jeans, Khaite. God save the clothes. Says Katie Jeans sold for $200. It's awesome. All right, I gotta ship. Polo Ralph Lauren chino shorts, new with tags, sold for $23 plus shipping. I took a very aggressive offer on these because once again, these are super old in my store. And I was tired of looking at them. Tired of looking at them. Not actually tired of looking at them, but it's just when you're trying to sell shorts that you had listed all last summer, and then it comes up to the next spring, you're just trying to get them sold. You're just trying to get them sold. So those shipped for $6.16. I did charge the $9 rate, so I made a little bit on the shipping. And honestly, like including shipping, a $30 sale for me is still close to my average sales price. So I'm not mad about that. I just know that new tags Polo Ralph Lauren chino shorts should go for more, unfortunately. But you got to sell them for what they'll buy them for. I bought this on total hunch. This was a Bill Blass corduroy shacket, women's. I got this for like $4. So for $18 plus $10 shipping. Bill Blass, I don't know what it is, but the vintage made in USA sweaters sold like absolute hotcakes for me all fall and all winter. And so I think that's why I was more likely to pick up this very random item. But those were men's and this was women's. And I think that's why it didn't sell for as much as I had thought. But I don't know anything about that brand. I just looked it up on a hunch one day. I was like, vintage waffle knit sweater. Let's check it out. And the sell through rate was like, okay. But for some reason in my store, they sold like crazy. I don't know if I just had better keywords than everyone else or what. No idea. I sold an Untuck It chambray shirt, short sleeve, size XL, for $11 plus shipping. I'm just trying to get rid of Untuck It. Just trying to get rid of it. I very, very rarely am picking that up still. Very rarely. But I did just pick up a white 100% linen size 2XL tall because that had so many little bonus things going for it. It's going to cost $5.45 to ship. So honestly, like, let's just say I paid my average cost of goods of $6 for that, which I wouldn't have. I just know myself, I wouldn't have paid $6 for it, but just say I paid $6 for it. I still made like $6-7 on it. So I mean, whatever. It's out of my store. Good riddance. All right. Geez, you guys are crushing this chat here. Glad you guys are talking to each other a little bit. It's pretty cool. Ninja says, do you look through dress pants at all? I tend to skip it a lot. I actually don't really look at the dress pants where you have to find inside the tag unless it has like a unique feeling when I go buy it. But I do look through the pants section and I look at all the chinos and like the more like athletic-y, outdoorsy kind of stuff. I'm always looking at all those. Wendy says sharing softwares don't like Canadians. Derby City Flip said sold some maternity 7 for all mankind jeans for 75. So maternity jeans might be a slight bolo. We might be needing to check out that section. 7 Stone says, do you find getting to thrift stores at open is an advantage in your area or about the same because they stock throughout the day? In my area, excuse me, in my area, the Goodwills stock in the morning and then they slowly stock throughout the day, but you're way more likely to find something if you're just there at open. So I really only go at open to Goodwills. There are other stores that stock all day, but I also go on the day the color changes, so I still need to be first in the door. So every day I go thrifting, I'm the first person in the door. I sold some Lululemon bowline shorts, new with tags. I sold these cheap. That's all I'll say. Sold them cheap. I sold them for $30 plus shipping. I got these for $19 from Lululemon. I was selling them for 50, but for some reason I had one size that I couldn't get sold. I bought 5 of every color and size that they had available at that price, and all of them sold between $40 and $50. And then I had one size. I had one size that I didn't sell any of the 5, one size and color. And so this one, I just accepted the offer to try to get this item back moving in the algorithm. So, I'm not losing money buying for 19, selling for 30 plus shipping, but it's not a great sale. But on multi-quantity orders, once you get one sale, now I'm moved up in the algorithm. Once you get 2 sales, I'm moving up in the algorithm. Once you get 3, I'm moving up, moving up, moving up. And it happened on all of my other listings like that. I would get one sale and then it would just keep climbing me up, climbing me up. And I will follow some bad sales with a good sale. I sold these Mother Cream jeans. Let's see. I thought I was going to say if they were boot cut or something. I think they were like a flare. I don't know why I wouldn't have put that in the title. They sold for $90 plus shipping. Finally, a good sale for you guys. Some Mother jeans. Nick says, how many orders are going out? I got, I think, 43 orders. Chauncey says, mothers are hard to find in my area. Are you talking about the jeans? Just kidding. Yeah, a friend of mine actually gave me those because she didn't want them. It's actually my wife's friend and asked if I wanted to sell them. And I said, yes. So thank you. Thank you, friend. All right, next item, Under Armour golf shorts. These ones were not like a modern style that I normally pick up, but I got these really cheap. I remember picking them up. So for $13.50 plus shipping. One nice thing is they are under 8 ounces. So they're going to be very cheap to ship. $4.31 to ship. It's a nice little deal on the shipping there. Once again, these are just, when you buy an item that's not great, or some of these are items that I just got like so cheap that I wasn't going to leave them behind. You just try to get them sold. It's not a great item, so you got to sell it. When the offer comes in, you got to be willing to accept what people are willing to pay. Next item, Abercrombie and Fitch jeans. Baxter low-rise slim boot cut. I think these sold for 20 plus shipping, 21 plus shipping. Once again, these have done better for me in the past, but I listed 3 of these exact same jeans at the same time. The first 2 sold like almost immediately, and then these had been sitting for quite a while. So when I got a $21 offer, I just took it. What was everyone's best sale this weekend? I want to see some good sales from the weekend. Let me know your best sale. Mine was probably the mother jeans. We'll have to see. I didn't really pay attention, to be honest. Next item is a FootJoy Dry Joys short sleeve jacket, sold for $20 plus $10 shipping. Definitely going to make a little bit on this shipping, which is nice. This is under a pound, actually. Yeah, only $5.93 to ship, so it's great. All right, next item are some Levi's 505 3334 Nua tags. So really good size. Excuse me, 3334. Nua tags sold for $40 plus $10 shipping. $40 is pretty much where I'm selling my Nua tags Levi's jeans in the good cuts. I honestly find them decently often at my thrift. And I also have sourced from Levi's website directly before. All right, give you guys a couple more sales to throw in your best items, and then we'll rapid fire some bolos. Next item, some Oakley golf shorts. Nothing too crazy. These sold for 15 plus shipping. I recently started, like I said, sourcing on Mondays. And on Mondays is my cheap day. On Thursdays is my expensive day. So one thing that I've been doing is I'm starting to get a lot of these kind of $15 sales, but I also have been drastically lowering my cost of goods. So a lot of these $15 sales are items that I paid $2 or less for. So I'm still making over $10 on these, between $15 and $20 items because I'm only paying $2. And that's one of those. That was one of the first times I tried the $2 day. Those Oakley shorts. All right. We got some Dojo jeans, new without tags, $100. Is Dojo the brand? I thought that was a style. Is that a style? Is that women's? I don't know. How do I not know what that is? I should know what that is. $100 jeans. CM says $100 Metallica bomber jacket from 2010 World Tour. That's awesome. Ninja says be present yoga pants, $99. Got for 5 cents. Where do you even get items for 5 cents? We got Solomon shoes for 70 plus shipping. Terry sold $100 Arc'teryx pants. I'm jealous. And then a Louis Vuitton pair of shorts for 2,300. What the heck? You got to share with me. Josh says new Ultra Touring 6 shoes sold for 60 plus shipping. That's great. Yeah, Terry was killing it. Wendy sold a $130 Canadian KitchenAid professional immersion blender with case and attachments. Paid 15. Hey, that's amazing. Dojo is a model of 7 for all mankind. I knew I was missing something there. And Eric sold a Brunello Cucinelli. We talked about that in my last video, I think. A cashmere cardigan for 200. Oof. And Jem sold a polo rugby shirt for 100. You guys crushed it. I'm slacking. Did I have anything good? Now I'm curious. I got to go sort by my total and try to find something that I sold was good. No, nothing close to that. The mother jeans were the only thing close to that. All right. Well, I'll just keep telling you guys my bad sales then. All sales are good sales. No complaints. I'm just teasing. I sold an Alaskan hard gear shirt for $23 plus shipping. Honestly, really happy with that sale. Knowing when to pick up and when to pass Duluth and Alaskan hard gear is my superpower. I feel like I've done really well with that brand over the years, but I really do have to leave it way more often than I pick it up. But it's also one of my best selling brands in my store. Sadie says, I would rather have many lower dollar sales like you than one good one and a few mediocre. Yeah, everybody has a different business model. I mean, I've seen people kill it selling only a few items, but they're all really good items. For me, I just don't find enough good items. I've gone out and looked. With how much I'm out, if I found enough good items, I'd only list 5 items a day if I could. I can't find 5 that good of items. So I got to find 20 decent items. Guys, I did one full box. It only took me an hour. So we're going to be here for 2 more hours at this pace. But I'm going to have to speed it up. So I'll get it. Dojo pre-owned is out there, stands out with the 7 embroidered on the pocket. Yeah, I'm going to look that up right now, actually. I want to see what I'm looking for. Is it women's or men's? Okay, I see what you're talking about with the embroidery. So now I know. I'll just scan through when I'm going by the women's section. Next item. Figs men's joggers. Figs kind of iffy these days, honestly. Got to be a lot pickier than you used to be. These sold for $22.45. $22.45 plus shipping. So plus $8.95 shipping. Still going to make a little bit on the shipping because these are under a pound, just under a pound. Costs $6.33 to ship. 1 pound to California is $6.33 from Ohio. It's not cheap. David says, hi, Caleb. What is plaid in a shirt? Plaid is a pattern. This is plaid. Plaid is a pattern. So that's all. Just the pattern of the shirt. Wendy says Dojo's going to go down in value because they were making them. Yeah, that's a bummer. Those items that get remade and then it goes down, that is a bummer. Miss Lachey says knowing how to monetize the mediocre items is becoming more and more necessary for survival. I agree. That's where I'm making my money, on selling the mediocre items better than, most people on eBay. Not you guys, of course. You guys are out here killing it with your $100 sales and you're here learning, so you're ahead of 99% of the other sellers on eBay. I met a eBay seller on Facebook, buying something from him on Facebook. And when I saw his eBay store and realized that that was my competition, no offense to this person, uh, it really puts it in perspective that we really can become the top 5%, the top 1% on eBay, because those people are out there that, you know, are just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the listings are unclear, the photos are unclear, you know, the items are really bad. There was like so much George in there. Like, if you guys saw it, you'd know what I mean. It was tough. But that's our competition. So we need to, be able to sell well, beat the competition. So you guys are here, so you're ahead of the game. They started remaking Dojo. Yeah, Seven for All Mankind in general, I don't think is that good, but I think the Dojo is a bolo right now, but could turn around. Taterland says my best sale was a Bonobos teal velvet blazer tuxedo jacket for 150. I heard that Bonobos blazers are a bolo. Never found one. I don't really look at blazers too much. I try to look at them like when I have time, but in my thrift stores, it's very, there's dozens of resellers in my thrift stores when I'm in there. And I'm trying to get over 100 items on Thursdays between just a few stores. I don't really have time to look through a category I don't know, and I have to look up anything that looks interesting. I just have to hit the places I know. That's really why I don't do it, to be honest. Steel Thunder, what kind of music did you used to listen to? I used to listen to before I before I what? I don't know, before I became a reseller. I will say when I'm working, I really try to listen to reseller content because I feel like as a business owner, that's a good way for me to multiply my time. If I'm doing research, business research, product research while I'm working, I'm able to do two things at once. So as a business owner, my profit per hour during that time is going up exponentially. So that's a little productivity hack. As far as just what I enjoy listening to, um, I used to listen to a little bit of everything. I will say, like, in my old age of being 29, but really, like, especially since having a kid, like anything that just has like foul language or like foul concepts is just really a turnoff for me. Like, I just Steel Thunder says you gave me ex hardcore kid vibes. I was never a hardcore kid, but I was in an indie rock band. So indie rock is like one of my favorites. And then I do kind of like hip hop stuff, more like laid back stuff. Yeah, I would say that indie rock is probably the straightest answer. Derby City Flip says, what type of lights are mounted on the ceiling? These are Husky. Is Husky Walmart? What's their Hyper Tough? They're Hyper Tough. Husky is a different house brand, I think. These are Hyper Tough lights. One thing I really like about them is they have a motion sensor on them. I don't know if there's one you can see where that is. I don't have it set up in here because I just either want the lights on or off, and it's annoying. Like it changes the lighting in my photos. If like this one way over here turns off, even though my photo's over there, it does like change the lighting slightly. But in my storage unit, it's great because the ceilings are like 20 feet tall, and I just hung them one time, and I never have to turn them on or off. So that's nice to have that feature. But it's nice because this is like a very well lit area, so my photo lights are just to like perfect it, but like the base lighting is already nice. David says I found many Ralph Lauren polo shirt. All of them are good, or depends on the style and quality. Yeah, Polo Ralph Lauren is one of the brands where there are tons of really good items and tons of absolutely worthless items. So definitely research before you just go crazy on some Polo Ralph Lauren stuff, especially the polo shirts. More going to be bad than good, in my opinion. But some are amazing. Backwoods is here, tuned in late. Glad I made it. Me too. Ninja said you can definitely tell where they source Goodwill bin or Goodwill store. This person sourced at garage sales, and it was like anything on the table if it was cheap counted. Like, but yes, as soon as you open a store, you can tell where somebody sources. Wendy says men's is better for 7 for all mankind. A few women's styles do well. Boot cut and flare do okay. Most brands boot cut and flare for sure. But that's good to know. I haven't really been seeing 7 for all mankind in the men's, so. Michelle says, "Yay, finally made it live." Glad you're here, Michelle. Miss Lachey says, "Caleb, are you a Nas fan, or is that too far back for you?" That's too far back for me. I'm sorry. David says, "Have you tried going to Goodwill after 5 p.m.?" No, because I try not to work after 5 p.m. I just try to spend time with my family. Steel Thunder says, "Brother, are you trying to drop a link to the old indie band?" Nah, you have to dig. You got to dig. Um, are you brothering me like Sketch? Is that what kind of brother that was? Michelle says, "Love Polo. I sell a lot of that brand. I love those bread and butters." Yeah, I sell tons of Polo Ralph Lauren. So I do tell people that it can be an amazing brand, but I would say I pass on it 65 to 75% of the time, and I pick it up 25 to 35% of the time. So it's definitely not an always pickup. And definitely depends on price for some of those bread and butters. Now that I'm sourcing some cheaper inventory as well, like I can move that stuff if I get it cheap. I just can't pay up for a lot of it. But then there's some stuff I'd pay hundreds for because I know it sells for hundreds and thousands even because it's just so good. So it's just such a cool brand. There's so much variety. All right. I gotta okay. I have this whole box. I'm gonna do the whole box because I need to get going. I'm gonna do the whole box. And then I'll check back in on the chat. If I check back in before then, you guys have to like the video. Just kidding. All right. LL Bean shirt. This is like a short sleeve vented fishing shirt sold for $15 plus shipping. Nothing too crazy. Just a nice little bread and butter. I bought this on $2 day. So $2 into 15. That's kind of one of my new business strategies is just 2 into 15. Make a little bit on the shipping. Make my $10, save some time sourcing, increase my items listed. Currently trying to outsource my listing goal so that I can increase listings slightly, but haven't been able to get there yet. So I'm not going to make the jump until I can consistently source enough items for it. Levi's 514 jeans, size 36-34, sold for $19 plus $10 shipping. This was another $2 day. I was holding up the wrong pair. They're over here. This was another $2 day. I was like, why do these look black? I don't think they're black jeans. They weren't. They were blue jeans. I almost checked in on the chat. I gotta stay focused. Almost out of LaCroix. That's tragic. What do you guys think about limoncello LaCroix? Costco has it on sale right now, so I'm drinking it. And last time I had it, I didn't like it, but for some reason, it's oddly satisfying right now. Okay, this next one is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans, Hampton Straight Slim. I don't know why it says Hampton Straight Slim because I think Hampton is a relaxed straight model, but excuse me, Polo Ralph Lauren Hampton jeans are over 100% sell-through rate. Shout out to Thrift Life, clothing OG YouTuber. He made a video about, was it brand items within Polo Ralph Lauren that are over 100% sell-through rate. So these are going to sell quick. They're not huge money. Some can sell well if they have like a good wash and a good size. But I would say on this, you're not really selling it for the big money. You're selling this because you're going to sell it fast, which I did for 23 plus shipping. I usually list them about 30 bucks and then I take an offer over 20 because I'm just trying to sell them quick because polo jeans in general can sit for a while. But those ones sell quick. Sullivan Slim was another one that sold well, according to Thrift Life. All right, we got one full IKEA bag of shipping done. Time to start the next one. All right, I got some Levi's 505 in this green color. So for $20 plus $10 shipping. I realized that some of my Levi's were not selling as well as I thought they were. So I kind of just lowered my price slightly across the board on Levi's, and now they're selling quick for me again. So I think I was just pricing a little bit too high on my Levi's. Now I still think I could have gotten more than 20 for them, but not tons. Next item is a Patagonia Better sweater. This one had a logo on it, sold for $30 plus shipping. It's over a pound. I thought it was, but when I was feeling it, I was like, it feels kind of light. I have an item coming up that I'm very excited to share with you guys. It didn't sell for a lot, but I'm proud of it. So that was the Patagonia Better sweater, sold for 30 plus shipping. Okay, here's one. If you watched my style code video, these are the LL Bean Swift River swim shorts that I looked up. With the style code, it had over 100% sell-through rate. Without the style code, it had like a 30% sell-through rate. Why you got to look up the style code sometimes. I say sometimes, but I do it all the time if there is a style code. Take the little bit of extra time, get the style in there, sell it quicker, sell it for more money. So for 23 plus shipping, I don't know if I said that. I think I remember paying like $4 for that. And here we have some LL Bean pants that sold for $20. These are just some canvas cargo-y kind of pants. Kind of funny, those like shorts, because they had a really good style, sold for 23 plus shipping. And these really high quality, super nice pants sold for 20 plus shipping because there wasn't like a desirable model name with it. They were just like basic canvas pants. That's the power of the style code right there. I hope you guys are going to have a lot to say once I check back in. Okay. This is the item I'm excited to share with you guys. This is not a bolo. Cutter and buck. I sold this polo shirt for $25 plus shipping. Cleveland Guardians logo in geometric print. You can't see the size tag, but it's size XLT, XL tall. So what I did was I saw the print. So I looked at it at the thrift store. I saw that it was Cleveland Guardians. I saw it was XLT. And all those things stacked on top of each other. Factor stacking. Shout out Kaylee Elaine. And it was an awesome item. Sold fast. Sold fast. For 25 plus shipping. I mean, that's like better than a summer comfort right now. So better than a summer comfort. Cutter and buck. Not a bolo, by the way. Not a good brand. Very difficult brand to sell most of the time. Don't pick it up based on me. All right. We're almost through this box. This is a Banana Republic merino wool sweater. It sold once, was returned. I'm selling it again. Sold again quick. Nice thing is that I charge $9 for shipping, and this is under 12 ounces. If I take out my storage poly bag, it's under 12 ounces. So I'll make a little bit on the shipping here. Costs $5.07 to ship. So nice little profit on that one. What did I say? Did I say how much that sold for? I think it was $20 or $25. I don't remember. I sold an LL Bean sweatshirt. It's like a graphic sweatshirt. It had this cool like mountain stripe color blocking logo thing on it. Just a very like classic LL Bean item. I was talking to my wife about LL Bean the other day, and I was like, I really just like the colors. Like I feel like excuse me, LL Bean has my favorite colors of any brand. Like I love the greens. I love the shades of greens, like the tones of the colors. I know that sounds so nerdy, but I just like it. Under a pound, which is nice. Once again, I charged $9 for shipping on that because it was close to a pound, and that's what my competitors were charging when I listed it. And then it ended up shipping under a pound, saving a little bit of money. Under Armour um, joggers, another $2 day special, sold for $16 plus shipping. I think I charged $8.95 shipping on these as well, and they are 12 ounces. I like picking up the more like performancy Under Armour joggers. The performancy ones sell really fast for me. Not all of them, but the performancy ones do. Like the sweatpant joggers, I'll pick them up for $2, but I can't really pay up or even buy them in summer because it's going to be a slow sell. I did pick some up for $1 at a garage sale though, so I do still pick them up. Here we have some Banana Republic Traveler jeans, sold for $20 plus shipping. One of my best bread and butter jeans. Pick them up cheap. And I have like a 200% sell through rate or more on those jeans in my store. I sell them twice as fast as I can list them. They don't sell for a lot. It only sold for 20 bucks. But you know, I'm making my $10 to $15 profit on it. Sells quick. I can find them all the time. They're easy. Cost me $6.33 to ship. It's easy. Got to have some of those in your back pocket. Those are almost always the wrong measurements though, because they're really stretchy, and people like that shop at Banana Republic sometimes will like hem or tailor their clothing. I mean, people that shop anywhere can, but I just find it common with that demographic, like a more of a smart casual buyer. So you got to really watch the measurements on those. I've seen them hemmed up to like 25 inches, and then it's just really hard to sell. But in good sizes, they sell great. Banana Republic shirt, new at tag, sold for $25 plus shipping. And now we got an empty box. So once I'm done shipping this, I can check back in with you guys. I think the time was 1 hour and 12 minutes when I started that. So let's see how quickly I did a box of shipping. $28. So it took me about 16 minutes to do that box. So hopefully you guys got enough good info in there. All right, let's see what you guys were talking about. Do people ask about the items in your cart when you're at the thrift shop? It's so uncomfortable when people walk up to me bending and looking at my cart. Very rude in my opinion, but others have no chill. Yeah, that happens to me all the time, especially like for me at my bigger stores. Like I will have like literally overflowing carts where like I can't even keep all the items in the cart. And a lot of people come up to me and say, and I think it's their way of trying to like ask what I'm doing, but like not feel nosy, even though they are just nosy. But they'll say, like, are you buying for a homeless shelter? Or what charity are you buying for? I get that a lot. And I just tell them, oh, I actually have an online clothing store. I buy items and sell them online. And then it is what it is. Some people are upset. Some people are like, oh, that's awesome. Um, Honestly, for me, it's better when the people are upset because then they usually just kind of like move on. People that are like, oh, that's awesome. They want to like give me a 30-minute interview on the business. And I'm just trying to sprint through there. But I just am honest with people. And as far as like people looking for specific items in my cart, honestly, I have so much in my cart, nobody can really see what I have specifically, typically. Michelle's is a bins girly. Typically grab pieces for less than $1 so I can afford the lower sales price. Yep. Wendy says bubbly is the. I don't know who that is. Maybe I'm slacking. Audrey says on May 15th, eBay's updating the default shipping rates. I think for now I'm opting out. And Michelle says, so sad about that, Audrey. What are you guys' thoughts on that? My thoughts are, in general, people will get used to paying less for shipping on eBay. So us people that do flat rate prices will have to look and see if our prices are still competitive and consider lowering our flat rate prices. I know for me, I charge $8.95 or $9.95 on a lot of my items that will now be a lot cheaper with cubic rate and calculated shipping. So I'm probably going to have to start lowering my price slightly on that. Um, yeah, I mean, for me, it doesn't really help me because I'm already doing flat rate shipping. But I think if you're doing calculated shipping, it will actually result in more sales if you're entering in the dimensions correctly for your calculated shipping items. David says, any tips? I have my storage unit, keeping my inventory, but no signal, no Wi-Fi to do my shipping there. I I grab my items from my storage unit and bring it back home to ship. So that's what I do. Carl says, get a hotspot if your phone won't work. There's one way to do it. Michelle says, a lot of people don't like the outdoorsy brands, and I love them. They're not $1 million sales, but they move fast for me, especially at the bins. Almost anything outdoorsy is going to be decent. Icebreaker, no matter the condition, sells so fast. Michelle says, never find Cutter and Buck. It's really not a bolo. If you find it, it's probably not that good, to be honest. Factor stacking is huge. I sell a lot of mall brands, but factor stacking from any brand will help it move quicker. Exactly. That's one of the secrets to my higher sell-through rate store. Miss Lachey says LL Bean, one of my favorite brands to find. Yeah, it's one of my favorite brands to find and sell, but I I don't know if I've even ever owned anything myself from LL Bean, but it's just one of my personal favorites, like to enjoy. I wish I'd find it my size, but I don't find a lot of XL. Josh said I had someone actually look at my cart while I was looking up comps. I guess they thought I worked there until I was like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah, I actually had somebody last week when I had a huge cart full said, um, I'm assuming you work here, and just started like asking me a question. I was like, yeah, I don't work here. Wendy says bubbly the drink. Oh, okay. I like all sparkling water. I don't discriminate. I just happen to have LaCroix because it's on sale at Costco. What do you think about limoncello flavor? Pokebro 210. Hey Caleb, what's up? Pokebro. Your video and style codes help me out tremendously. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Jem says eBay change will impact me. I already do calculated shipping since eBay charges fees on shipping. Not having a buffer will cut into margins. Yeah, it will cut into your margins, but if it results in more sales because buyers are getting a better deal, might just have to increase your pricing slightly. and then get more sales, list more items, and do more volume to make more money in your business. Okay, I still have 13 items left to go, but I need to go to bed because I had a very, very, very long day and I am trying to get over this sickness. So I'm just going to tell you guys the rest of my sales and I'm going to wake up early and pack them tomorrow morning. I sold an Unreal hoodie, UNRL, the brand. It's a Minnesota brand. They have some collabs that worth a lot. This was just a basic hoodie, sold for $36 plus shipping. I sold some Carhartt jeans for $20 plus shipping. I don't recommend picking up most Carhartt jeans unless they're double knee. The reason I picked up these basic straight leg ones, they were size 34, 38 inseam. So the inseam was so long. And I looked it up and there was none listed in that inseam and one sold. So I picked it up. Sold for 20 bucks. I sold some Buckle Black fit number 11 jeans for $25 plus shipping. I sold some women's cool shorts for 18 plus shipping. I actually was really stoked to get these sold quickly because they were a very, very old model and not a great style. So to sell some women's cool shorts for 18, I think they sold in like a couple days. That's great. I sold some Fox Racing youth pants for 25 plus shipping. They had the like padding in the knee and in the thigh. So anytime you find like anything with built-in padding or protection, definitely look it up. I sold some diesel jeans for $45 plus shipping, probably my second best sale. The model was Destruct, but Struct was spelled Strukt. Very odd because I thought they weren't going to be a very good style, but then I looked it up. They had a great sell-through rate and good sales price, and they sold in just a couple days for 45 plus shipping. I sold an Unreal, UNRL, same brand as before, a little quarter zip pullover for 30 plus shipping. I sold a Seton Hall Pirates Adidas jacket for 25 plus shipping. I sold a Bugatti shirt. It is one of the Ooh Cotton Tech 8-way stretch shirts. These have gone down some, but if it says 8 stretch right under the tag and then it says Ooh Cotton Tech with like a bunch of O's, that's a upgraded line from them. So definitely look up that specific line from Bugatti. I also sold some vintage Carhartt, kind of like canvas shorts. Nothing too special about them, but they were vintage, which was nice. They sold for 18 plus shipping. They had some distress that was not good distress. Just like, I don't know how to explain it. It looked like somebody had like spray insulation foam get on their leg and they like couldn't get it all off. So, yeah, they're probably normally like $25 shorts, but I took an offer because that weird distressing. I sold a Duluth women's Henley shirt that I got for $1 at a garage sale for $15 plus shipping. And then I sold a Lacoste polo, new at tag, size 4XL for $32.50 plus shipping. And I sold a Peter Millar shirt. It was like a long sleeve button down. It was actually an older tag, but it had a really nice print. So I thought the print would save it, and it still was not very good. 100% cotton Peter Millar button downs, I would just stay away from personally. I sold for 18 plus shipping, so it didn't kill me, but I thought the print would do a lot better. I am going to sign off for the night. Thanks for being here. If you're watching the replay, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're here live, thanks so much for hanging out. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to get to bed and start my week off strong tomorrow with a shipping now and sourcing day. So we'll see you guys in the next one.